I'm in the middle of moving, and I'm finding a lot of old clothes that I think people might be interested in seeing. This is some of the coolest old clothes that I have. And of course, starting with my famous hat. This was a hat I wore when I visited the Warner Brothers studios, and it created a running gag online because I was on television wearing it, and some girl in New Jersey said that the guy in the hat was really hot, and I'm not. So everybody thought that it must have been the hat that did it. And you'll find that hat in an episode of Freakazoid. The Loeb wears it. Here's something my brother made for me. It says, fastest lap at Indy, 37.16 seconds, 242.19 miles an hour. Of course, I ended up going 243 miles an hour. This is in a simulator. Battle of the Bay, the 1989 World Series. Of course, this was the famous World Series that was interrupted by the Loma Prieta earthquake on October 17th, 1989. It's between the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland A's. My nickname Keeper is short for Keeper of the Pen. The Pen was a BBS system that I ran on a Commodore 64, and that there was essentially the logout screen. This is an airbrushed painting showing the pen. Michael and Mario Andretti. Would have been from about 92, 91 maybe. It's time for the Ren and Stimpy Show. Of course, famous scene from Muddy Mudskipper there. Mario and Michael. This must have been the following year. It's number 6 and number... I can't see the number on the other one. That actually might be 91. And yet another one of those. Mario 1992 schedule for the Indy cars. Mario and Michael. A lot of old shirts. So a lot of you on YouTube are younger than these shirts are. Of course, you've seen me wear this on a video. It's a bootleg Freakazoid shirt. The bootlegger has been shut down. One of these days I'll wear this. This is a big, kind of like sweatshirt thing. It's got a giant Daffy Duck on it. But if you turn it inside out, you've got Bugs Bunny. See if I can flip it inside out here. There's a giant bug's face. And he's got a carrot. My old jacket. This is a patch of the HARV, the High Alpha Research Vehicle, a modified F-18. They're trying to learn how to make controllable flight with the high nose-up angle, which would reduce an aircraft's vulnerability at low altitude. I've got a Blake 7 pin, Blake 7 logo pin. There's Wacko, Yakko, and Dot. And of course a Laguna Seca pin. I also have a crew patch for the SR-71 Blackbird. I got these two patches here from a aerospace engineer. I'd given him a pin I had of the Alfa Romeo IndyCar team. There's the NASA meatball, which the camera is having difficulty focusing on because it's not quite bright enough. And then on this jacket we've got American flag, question mark, which is Doctor Who. And there's that AMA pin there, it's hard to see. And come on, focus. There we go, the brain, Pinky, Skippy, and Slappy. Animaniacs, high octane stupidity. And it's got an Animaniacs logo variation on the back with a little weird target thing. And I've got pins, these are kind of rubberized pins of Pinky and the brain back there. There we go. We called this the Cotain Stoopy hat because it was so badly misspelled on the receipt. It said Animaniacs High Cotain Stoopy. So it said Hi Cotain Stoopy. That was somebody's name. How about that? Haven't worn that much. That's a long sleeves. Andretti and Mansell, Nigel Mansell. After he won the Formula One World Championship, he came to the United States and won the IndyCar Championship in the Red 5. A winning combination, certainly was. You've also seen me wear this shirt in the Animaniacs piano roll video. It's got the standard logo on the front. And on the back, it's got silly faces. This is a tower shirt, which these are ones, they were called that because not only does it have a picture of the water tower, but it came in a plastic tower. What's special about this shirt are the autographs. Let's see here. We've got Rob Paulson. Hello, Keeper. We've got Jess Arnell. Keeper is Fabu. We've got Dot, who was clever and wrote, Tress McNeil writes, "Are you your Dot's keeper?" "Yes, always." And then she wrote red. Dot, Tress McNeil. And on top, we have Keeper Stay Toony, Tom Ruger, the guy responsible for the show, the producer. Tom Ruger signed that for me. Thanks, Tom. And here's a shirt I've never worn. This still has a tag from the Warner Brothers Studio store. And I'll explain why I haven't worn it. This is the election. Put a brain in the White House. The reason I never wore it is because his reasons to elect you are full of grammatical errors. I'm not a crook, comma. I'm just a lab mouse trying to remember that should be a semicolon. I'm for education, comma, I'll teach you a lesson. Well, let me teach you a lesson, brain. That should be a semicolon. So various places like that. There's one place where it should be a colon and so forth. But yeah, let's look at them here. We've got, I'm not a crook, I'm just a lab mouse trying to take over the world. 2, I'm for education, I'll teach you a lesson. 3, legislation against animal testing. 4, no relatives to publicly embarrass me. 5, I'll do away with unemployment, you'll work for me. 6, I will run all the fat cats out of Washington. 7, I can spell potato, reference to Dan Quayle. 8, neither right wing nor left wing. I'm a mouse, I have a tail, with horrible punctuation. My running mates are rats. 10, I have just one special interest, to take over the world. Totally insane-y. San Jose Mile, start me up. Never want to stop, run hot. Picture of Bubba Schobert on there. The tradition begins. Inaugural race, 1994. Of the Brickyard, 400. Here's a shirt from the 80s. Again, hardly worn. Max Headroom. This is not about the show. This is before the show, when Max was advertising Coca-Cola. Catch the wave, Coke. How many of you are old enough to remember this? There's baloney in our slacks. With a shot from the theme there, without throwing the baloney. This was his first championship season, but this shirt was the year that he won the championship, so this doesn't mention that he's won a championship. Michael Schumacher F1, it's got the German flag motif there, got the Benetton on there. World Championship driver. And the back, it's kind of cool. It's got the schedule laid out in track maps with the flags there, including the old South African flag. All the shapes of the racetracks you can see, including some tracks where they've since added more chicanes in the meantime. This is a shirt about Angelina. There's Angelina in shadow. This is a cartoon series concept by my friend Federica Giglietti in Fabriano, Italy. I wrote the theme music for her title sequence that she's animated. And it's got a drawing on the back as well. Be careful what you wish. Yes, long before Coraline, there was that. And you can't quite see in the globe there, but all the other main characters of the show. We have no taste, but we like you. With a very Startoons kind of style on the Warners. It's a very different design than on the other shirts.